as a buyer, the best time to buy line haul runs whenever you can get the best price. So some of it is just kind of having a sense for the market and deciding. But when we're looking at the P&D side, there's a lot more of the variability and restrictions in terms of what times of the year you can buy. And it comes down to the fact that peak season is much more of a spike, more volatile than it is on the line haul side. So for P&D, the later you get in the year, the harder it is to come in and operate successfully. You just have to make sure you're ready for peak season. You know what is coming, that you have the right resources in place to be able to handle any spike in volume. And so, from really about September on, each month after that, it gets harder and harder to purchase and stand up on a P&D route. Line haul, the peak season is not nearly the same level of volatility. So you can come in whenever point of the year you want for line haul. Generally, the beginning of the year, those winter months are a little bit slower because, especially if you're in a part of the country that actually gets the winter weather, it's a little bit harder to drive some of those. Some line haul drivers are great at those, some aren't. It's just a matter of understanding your drivers. But it can also be easier to stand up during a time of the year where things are slower. So that's not always a bad thing to stand up at a slower part of the year, knowing that it gives you time to wrap your arms around the business. And then, you'll have months leading up to the end of the year where you can kind of understand the business and ramp up towards the busier, Q4 part of the year. So I wouldn't say that there's a perfect time or a better or worse time to buy line haul runs. It's just, there's not the same seasonal volatility. So it's more about just understanding and making sure that you're buying a well-priced line haul run, and that you understand the value and that you understand what you're paying for, and that it's the right multiple, and that all of that fits. There shouldn't be a ton of variability in terms of the time of the year and what the right time and season is to buy.